Crash Team Racing is better than Mario Kart, and here's why. Okay, this game is better than Mario Kart, trust me. There are so many factors that play into this, such as how satisfyingly perfect the racing is, the amount of content that it provides with the adventure mode, time trials, CTR token challenges, the way you unlock characters, and so much more. We're going to be looking at the remastered version of the game because it basically just offers more content in the game, like more characters. You get to unlock fully customizable cards, and every single track from the sequel of Crash Team Racing, and a handful of original courses as well. First, we're going to look at the content of the game. There's an actual story, a weird and kind of wacky one, but in this story, an alien called nitrous oxide arrives at Earth and challenges the best racer in a race. And if he wins, then he'll turn Earth into a literal parking lot. Alright, yeah, it's kind of dumb, but at least it's there. You progress through different worlds, beating races and optional challenges, and there are also time trials. After you complete the races in that world, you can challenge the boss of that world, which is just challenging until you have the lead, because all you have to do is just get in front of them and they can't hit you. They have infinite items, but all they do is shoot it behind you, so it's like so easy to win right after you get the lead. The bosses in the game are a little underwhelming, but honestly that doesn't take away from the whole experience. There's always something to grind for, whether it's to do challenges to unlock characters or new colors, wheels, and carts that you can fully customize. And there's so many different options for colors and carts. Like there's seriously so many to unlock just by playing the game. Or you can just like suck off Activision and pay for coins. Now finally there are time trials, which you can do against Oxide, and then Velo, which was the villain in Crash Nitro Kart. And then when you complete those time trials, you can head on to the developer time trial. And those are literally the most difficult thing in the game. You have to be pixel perfect at times. I thought it was going to be impossible to beat them, but I spent hours and hours grinding for this on every track. Once you unlock them, you unlock the master wheels, which are badass. They kind of get in your way vision wise, but I mean, it's cool to flex on people in online with them. Next, we're going to look at the gameplay, which in my opinion is so much more satisfying and rewarding compared to Mario Kart. It feels so crisp and so reactive to the controls, unlike Mario Kart. It feels like you're almost ice skating in Mario Kart. In Crash Team Racing, that has a boost mechanic, which if you initiate a power slide with one of the bumper buttons, you can time a boost by pressing the opposite bumper, and you can do this up to 3 times. The third time giving you an even bigger boost. This is the most satisfying part of the racing in this game. Zipping through the courses and using the fast controls to your advantage, cutting around corners and flying through the shortcuts is so fun. There's so much depth to the gameplay. I played the game for years without realizing there's a certain turn you could do called a U-turn. Using the D-pad on your controller, you press the left or right direction while holding down the bottom one as well, and you can hold the brakes and spam jump, which allows you to do a complete 180 turn without losing any of your speed. This comes in handy when you have tight corner races, such as Engine Lab or Cortex Castle, which has so many sharp turns. And learning this tactic can win you every single race. There's also a certain boost that you can retain through the race called Blue Flame. On most of the races in the game, there are certain boost pads in the races that'll give you Blue Flame if you run them over. And if you keep timing your boost to be perfect, then you can retain this Blue Flame, which allows you to fly through the courses. Taking this into an online session is so fun because others have mastered this tactic as well, and it's a neck and neck race to see who will mess up first. This is better than Mario Kart in my opinion, because in Mario Kart, people will just get a blue shell and instantly destroy your lead. While in Crash Team Racing, you get hit by a similar item called the Warp Orb. You're easily able to bounce back into action with the boosts and Blue Flame. This makes races honestly just more enjoyable, instead of instantly getting hit by a blue shell and being like, well, I lost. And that's one of the most frustrating things in Mario Kart. Having to lead the whole game just for someone to pull out a blue shell out of their back pocket to win is so infuriating. But overall, this game is just so good. Every single race is so fun to race through, and just the racing doesn't feel like you're ice skating like Mario Kart. It's very tight and responsive to your controls, and that's what makes it so fun. It's just such a great game, and I recommend everyone to go check it out if you haven't played it already, because honestly, it's better than Mario Kart. It's better than Mario Kart. Fight me.